Hi everyone, it's Megan from Catherine James. As promised, today we're going to be answering another great question that we got on social media. This one was all about the importance of comparing color versus clarity when looking at gemstones. So we're going to start by talking about what to look for when you're looking at colored gems, because I think that this is where this really comes into play the most. And as a rule of thumb with colored gems, color really is king. Color is why we love these gems. And it's definitely the thing that should grab your attention first when you're looking at any colored gemstone. If you've been watching our videos, you've heard me say this before, and you're probably going to hear me say it quite a few more times in future. But when it comes to a colored gem, the thing you really want to look for is medium to medium dark tone and vivid and intense saturation. So this is when you're looking at the gem, you really get a true sense of bright and highly saturated, beautiful color. Of course, in recent years, as I've also kind of spoke to before, lighter, paler tones and very watercolor toned gems have really come into fashion. And so we've seen a lot of morganites and aquamarines, even paler colored amethyst, which is sometimes called rose de France, and paler colored sapphires as well. And if that's what you like, that should definitely be what you choose. Again, when it comes to jewels, it's very much like art and it's very subjective. And you should definitely acquire things that speak to you. However, if we're speaking strictly of value, and especially when it comes to the big three, so that's rubies, emeralds, and sapphires, that vivid, intense, and medium to medium dark tone is definitely going to guarantee that the gem is going to be high value and it's going to definitely retain its value over a long period of time. That's not to say, of course, that the lighter toned gemstones aren't going to retain their value. They definitely can. And of course, as trends come and go in the industry, you're going to see, values of these different pieces kind of fluctuate as well, because it's all based on the demand of what people really want. But if you want more of a guarantee and kind of, you're thinking about hard assets potentially and wanting to acquire pieces that are always going to be in demand, again, that more vivid and intense saturation of color and medium to medium dark tone is what you want to be looking for. Of course, all of these color factors do have to be balanced with the idea of clarity. And while clarity isn't quite as important as color, it's definitely a close second. The thing is, when it comes to colored gems, especially again with the big three, rubies, emeralds, and sapphires, these gems are typically so rare, and finding them in excellent qualities is even more rare, that natural inclusions are definitely a given, and they're kind of to be expected when it comes to looking at these jewels. The major things to consider when looking at the clarity of a colored gem is that you definitely don't want there to be any inclusions that are distracting. And so there should be nothing on the gemstone that kind of grabs your attention first when you look at it. So in that way, you ideally don't want any inclusions that are right in the center of the table or kind of the center of the gem. So that would really take your eye when you first look at the stone. And you also don't want any gemstones that affect, of course, the color of the gemstone, which again is the more important factor. So sometimes you have some inclusions that can give the stone, a little bit of a whitish trail, kind of, right under the surface of the gem, or anything else that can kind of affect the color in that specific area. Sometimes you can also have color zoning, and so the way that the crystal has grown, the color has slightly changed over time. And so you definitely don't want any spots of color zoning, again, that are very distracting or in the center area of the gemstone. Again, having said this, it's important to note that if the lighter toned and more watercolor toned gemstones are kind of your thing, and you've definitely gone for a morganite or an aquamarine or even an amethyst, citrine, these gemstones are known for being very eye clean at large sizes. So if this is a gemstone that you're looking for in a piece of jewelry, those stones, especially with their lighter tones, should definitely be ideally without any eye inclusions when you're first looking at the gem. There can be, of course, some smaller things maybe, under the pavilion of the gemstone, but when you look at it, it should definitely be eye clean. Now, when it comes to diamonds, the script is flipped a little bit, because the reason why we choose a diamond is because we are looking for that amazing sparkle, that fire, that amazing light reflection that a lot of colored gems just do not possess in the same way. So other than colored diamonds, which we're definitely going to cover off in another video in future, light reflection and sparkle, which is all about the quality of clarity and cut, is most important when it comes to the value of a diamond. Again, we're expecting these diamonds to essentially be colorless, so in my opinion, investing in a better quality, clarity, and cut is again much more important than looking at the color grade when you're choosing a very specific diamond. Again, because diamonds are all about that light reflection, their color can actually change so much depending on the environment that they're in. So it can even come down to the clothes you're wearing and the room you're in, if you're inside, if you're outside. Sometimes even the color of the walls can affect the diamond when you're looking at it. And so again, if it has great clarity, which means it has, as few inclusions as possible and a great cut, then it's going to reflect light in the best way possible, regardless of where you are. And those things can also make the diamond look lighter and brighter because it's going to reflect that light and just look bright and sparkly regardless of what color tone it is. The other thing to remember is that even if you are in perfect light bright conditions, the human eye and the regular person actually can't really see those very specific color grades in diamonds. Like you're looking under a microscope or if you're in a lab. And so most people can't actually start to see color in a diamond until around grade M, I would say. And that's when the diamond is probably going to start to show some of those warmer, kind of yellower tones. And some people, again, like warm colored diamonds, and especially when it comes to antique and old cut diamonds, which are always, so popular and are becoming harder and harder to find. Sometimes those warmer tones kind of add to their character. Another good tip to remember is that you do have a diamond that has some of those warmer colors in it. You should set it in a warmer colored metal, so rose gold or yellow gold, and that might seem counterintuitive, but in contrast, it's actually going to make the diamond look a little bit lighter and brighter. Whereas if you set a warmer, little bit yellower diamond in a white metal like platinum or white gold, it's just going to make that diamond look even more yellow. If you want to learn more about colored gems and diamonds, head over to kjj.rocks where we have a bounty of amazing gem articles where you can learn more about each of these different jewels. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, feel free to like it. And remember, once we reach 1,000 subscribers, here on our YouTube channel, we'll be giving away an amazing ruby and white gold ring. So subscribe to our channel for a chance to win. Thank you so much.